Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for October. Hope everyone's September went pretty well. Mine did with the release of Dragon Quest XI, which I have been having a blast with. It is tons of fun, and it is an incredibly gorgeous game. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos too. It certainly looks like it based on the number of comments and views they've been getting. And of course, with Dragon Quest V wrapping up, I upped the video release to 2 a day for Dragon Quest XI because I'm so far ahead. I'm pretty far ahead. I've mentioned it in Discord a couple times how far ahead I was, and it's pretty far ahead. Of course, there's also Arcanum, which is going strong as well. That's a pretty long game, so that's going to be going for a bit. And then after that, I have a Patreon reward that I will need to do. I've got another Patreon reward coming in. I don't have the game for that yet, so depending on what game that is, I may put it in as a bonus, or I may put it in after one of the other things ends. A lot of it will depend on what's requested and where I feel I can fit it in. There's, kind of a delicate balancing act between having a lot of content for, a lot of people to choose from. Obviously, not everyone's going to be interested in Dragon Quest XI, and some of them will be interested in Arcanum. Some of the, some people are going to be interested in Dragon Quest XI, but not Arcanum, that kind of thing. So, I always try to try to have a variety of content. But if there's, too much, then, some people just can't keep up. And there have been times I've seen with other Let's Players where they put up so much stuff that people just had to unsubscribe because they were just getting too many notifications and too many things in their subscription boxes and everything like that. So I always try to maintain a balancing act between how much I'm putting up. So that always goes into my decisions on what I do, how many episodes, how often it goes up, that sort of thing. So I have to keep that in mind with Patreon rewards as well. But we'll see how that shakes out when I get that information. Of course, Terror from the Deep, the stream episodes are going up twice a day as well. Still streaming that on Mondays, so if you're watching this when it goes live, this update, when it goes live, that'll be today. That is at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, going for anywhere between 4 and 6 hours, depending on, when I get tired and hungry and stuff like that. And the Spelljammer campaign is, of course, still going on Saturdays. Please do stop by Twitch on Mondays and Saturdays to check those out. There is a link on the channel page, of course, to Twitch, and I usually try to put up a video that stays live while the stream is going on, so you can always get to the link there. Obviously, following me on Twitch is going to be the best way, because you'll get the emails when I do actually go live. But it's entirely up to you guys how you want to, what works best for you in managing your, your content watching preferences, so to speak. In addition, we will be doing another monthly multiplayer game. We will be going back to Stellaris this time. And I think we will be doing a smaller, denser map than we did 2 months ago. And it's also going to be a free-for-all. So you can play whatever you want. If you want to play a Devouring Swarm or a rogue defense system or whatever, that's fine. Perfectly fine. And, you can either make alliances or not. So we'll see how that plays out. I did see that I believe a beta patch is coming out, or is out, for Stellaris that has an observer mode, so anyone who's knocked out can observe. And certainly if I'm knocked out, I will continue observing for a time and, poking fun at people and maybe saying, "Oh, hey, look at this fleet that's coming over towards this other person. Wow, I wonder what they could be planning. Stuff like that. So, you know, FYI, just, you know, in case you want to know who you should let win. I mean, no, I didn't say that. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be doing. That will be held on the 13th of October, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, which is GMT -4 right now. Go ahead and head on over to Discord to keep track of any updates. Get the coordination, you know, join, get the room code, that sort of thing. Everything will be handled through Discord. Anyone who wants to join into that does not need to join into the voice chat, or they can choose to join into the voice chat but mute their microphone so that, you know, they don't have to speak. That's entirely up to you know, you guys playing the game. If you want to join in, I don't have a problem with it one way or the other. You can use the in-game text chat as well if that's your preference. It's just Discord is the easiest way to do it, and I would like to have more than my voice on there, which I think is a safe bet. I'm pretty sure we will, but just you know, FYI. So, that's what we're going to be looking at for the monthly multiplayer. Other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot of other channel news to talk about. Those are the games that we got going on. So over on my blog, being that it is a new month, I have put up a deity entry for Persana, the creator and patron of the Tritons. It's a pretty interesting deity focused on architecture. So there was a lot of interesting things to try to work out with how to fit that into an interesting and playable priest class in Dungeons & Dragons. So I hope anyone interested in Dungeons & Dragons deities checks that out, and do feel free to let me know what you think. Over on Patreon, I would definitely like to thank everyone who's been supporting me. Names scrolling by in the bottom. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys are liking my content so much that, you know, you're willing to throw me a few bucks every month. That really keeps me going. I mean, you know, the idea that people like me that much, like my content that much, that you're willing to do that. It does really feel good. Boosts my confidence. Keeps me wanting to create more videos and stuff like that. So I really do appreciate it. Anyone who, you know, has a few bucks to spare, come on over, support me on Patreon. I do have an idea for an upcoming game that would use names. Not sure if I'd be able to get through everyone even that I have on Patreon with that. I don't know how many names there would be, but just as an FYI, I am eyeing a game that would have that capability, and that might be a really fun way to, you know, include more people in, you know, more of the Patreon patrons in the Let's Plays again. So that's something that I'm thinking of. Obviously, I've got a lot of games going on right now, and I don't want to add, you know, too many other things to the actual schedule, but just as an FYI for those, you know, considering joining in. And, of course, you know, we have maintained the $400 level for the monthly multiplayers, as indicated earlier. So I do appreciate everyone who's supporting me and keeping that going. I have had fun the last 2 times, and I'd definitely like to keep them going. If you want to support me in other ways, obviously just watching the YouTube videos and liking them, leaving comments, that is all tremendously helpful. I had a question a little while ago about just how much YouTube Premium helped out, and I did a bit of a breakdown a few months ago, and about 5% of my views are YouTube Premium, but that makes up 30% of my revenue. So, again, in terms of, you know, if you really are enjoying not just my content, but other Let's Players, other content creators, be it like Numberphile or any of the sciencey bloggy videos, or people who create anime music videos or other types of music videos. Obviously, if they are using copyrighted music, that probably would be difficult to get them money, but whatever. All the other types of content creators out there, YouTube Premium is a pretty good way of giving back to the creators in a way that and then you get ad-free viewing and stuff like that too. I believe that's still a thing. So that's a really good way. It definitely does pay the creators way more than just being a regular viewer and watching ads does. So that anyone considering that, especially with the advantage of not watching ads and things like that, I think that's a pretty good system for that. And of course, over on Twitch, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can do a Twitch Prime subscription every month. That's $2.50 to me for free, or another Twitch streamer. Doesn't cost you any extra, and you're sending money to the content creators. That's pretty good. I believe there is a sale going on right now on Twitch where regular subscriptions are half off, all 3 tiers, which again, assuming that I still get, assuming that Twitch streamers still get the same payout for that half price thing, Twitch isn't taking taking a cut out of that, because their payout is 50%. Payout on Patreon is a lot better, but obviously, do what what works best for you. Maybe not everyone can sign up on Patreon, but they can do it through Twitch, whatever. The fact is it all helps out tremendously, and the Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime thing is a really, really good and nice way to send some more money to a streamer without really any extra cost to you. Now, that said, I did see that they were changing some of the benefits. I think they are not doing ad-free viewing for Twitch Prime anymore, which does suck. But I don't know what to say about that, really. I mean, that's up to them, and there's nothing I can do about it. If you have, like I said, if you have an Amazon Prime, it's still no extra cost to you. So that's a really good way of getting some, giving back to the streamers that you enjoy watching, whether it's me or someone else. Other than that, that's basically it with the channel stuff. Once again, I would like to thank everyone on Patreon. It really does mean a lot to me that everyone has been so supportive on Patreon. And it is fantastic. The only other thing that I wanted to mention is that here in the United States, and I assume, in other countries, obviously, elections are coming up, and it's something that I really feel strongly about, that everyone should go vote if you have that capability. If you're in a country with a free and fair democracy, or some semblance of it at least, go vote. Register, go vote in the main elections, the presidential elections here in the United States, midterms, off years, primaries, local races, state races, whatever. It's it's a civic obligation, I feel, and I've voted in every single election that I've been of age to do so, and I can't imagine not doing it. I've never felt, maybe I shouldn't vote this year. I don't know about the candidates, whatever. I've always done it, and I think it's crucial. And if you look at the turnout rates, the people of my generation and the next generation don't have particularly great turnout rates. And that's a real shame. Like, a lot of people I know growing up would say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, my vote doesn't count. Well, of course your vote doesn't count if you don't use it, and there's always a chance of some surprise going on. You didn't pay much attention to how public sentiment was going, and you're thinking, oh, I like this candidate, but there's no chance that they win. But then they do get a chance. They come within a few points, and if everyone in like the 18 to 24 crowd, or include up to the 30 crowd or something like that, went and voted, they might have gotten in or something like that. It's something that I really do feel strongly about. I really do encourage everyone who can do so, whatever country you're in that has elections, sign up and go vote. Make your voice heard, even if you think that it doesn't matter, because it does still matter. It's crucial, and I mean, a lot of people in my generations and the next one, the generation after me, just aren't exercising that that right and that obligation, and I think it's a big shame. I think it's a big shame. So if you guys want to do something else for me, register to vote and go vote. Whatever country you're in that has that that system of government. Anyway, that's about it for this month. I don't think I really have anything else to say. Like I said, keep track of you can keep track of all of my posts, my announcements on Twitter and Facebook. There are links up here. Obviously, if you need to get to the Facebook, it's actually over here, because you just can't have that many links on the main page. But right there is all the other links. And please join the Discord, follow on Twitter, follow on Facebook, however you want to do. Follow me on Twitch to get the stream notifications, and I hope to see you, in the comments section, in Twitch chat, on Twitter, on Facebook, in Discord, all the places. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you in the November update next month. See you then.